Hi all. Here is a new journal that is going to be shipped or sent to the customer tomorrow. So I have to film it now. And it's called Vintage Ladies. And it's a hardcover journal. It has my eco-dyed fabric. And I've stitched again roughly with black thread. And there is this acetate pocket that it's sewn to the cover, and then I added all these laces all around. This and this piece are gifts from Mrs. Cog, so thank you very much, Elizabeth. I really love these, and they needed, you know, a special place, so I think this journal really is the right one. These glittery pieces were sent to me by Danielle, so merci Danielle. They are really beautiful, and you will see them throughout this journal also. And let me just try to zoom. Okay, this here, as I said, it's a pocket, and I added a little fabric like tab to this image. This is a postcard, and it's absolutely stunning. I hope that you can really see this image of a lady with a horse, and she's just so beautiful. It's very, very old. It's from 1926, and that's why I created a pocket for it. First of all, you can see the eco-dyed fabric through this acetate, but you know, I wanted this postcard to be removable because, you know, it's beautiful on both sides. So that goes there, and I will have to put it better later. And on the inside there is a fabric pocket I created out of my eco-dye fabric. There's then this glittery piece and a little flower, and almost all ephemera in this journal is vintage. It's either something like this, which is an image from a vintage book, and this says it's a decoration for the opera, I think in Russia, I'm not sure. And I backed it with some tea-dyed paper. And then this postcard is also very old. It's from 1947. Yeah, 1947. It's really beautiful. So that also goes there. And then again, my eco-dyed papers and tea-dyed papers, handmade paper. I'm not going to repeat all that. There's another image of a lady. It's a little bit damaged, of course, because it's old, but it's so beautiful. And that one is from 1910. Incredible, really incredible. And there is a vintage postage stamp here. I did some stamping throughout this journal. You know, these stamps are wonderful, like vintage cars. And you can see all the beautiful papers. There's some shoes and a bag for a lady, of course. I think this one is empty. Maybe it's not. It's a little envelope that is eco-dyed. Oh no, it's not. There is this piece of ephemera. It's from 1945, and it's also original. So it, you know, you can write on the back there. That goes there. This is another fabric pocket, and inside is this vintage postcard from 1952, and it has been folded, but it's still very, very pretty. And then my handmade little envelope, and inside is this piece. I think this is the only piece that is not vintage, but I made it to look like it's vintage, but it's just for fun there. It's a type of check. Some lace here. There's some coffee dyed paper, and this piece of ephemera from 1944. Yeah, May. All right, and you can write on the back of that. And this pretty little, very fragile flower. Then more stamping here, and I'll try to be quick with this one. You know how it goes with my papers, all kinds of really beautiful eco-dyed papers or tea-dyed papers. Some stamping here. This, it's a fold-out. I just added a paper clip to hold this card, which has this like handwritten letter, and it's also from a vintage book. More lace. There's that glittery decoration. Maybe I zoomed a bit too. Whoops, no, not that way. Is this better? Okay. Some cool handmade paper here. Another vintage postage stamp. Again, a page from a vintage book. Some coffee dyed paper. Here is another image, actually like a postcard of this beautiful lady, and this one is from 1913. No, 16, sorry, 16. And I just love the handwriting on these postcards. So sad we don't do that anymore. Here is, this says a tax book. This is from 1959. It's a cover, just a cover. Then again it says 1959, and I glued down these cardstock pieces, which are also vintage, and made some tags to go inside. Of course, the owner can take these tags out and add other stuff to this little book. There's some eco-dyed little tag here, and this piece of ephemera, also original, that is from 1958. And that's that little guy, goes there. And here is a tuck spot with little tag, and this is a Grand Opera in Paris. That's also from a vintage book, also backed with some tea-dyed paper. This is a pocket here from a vintage cardstock and decoupaged flowers, real pressed flowers, and then this image from vintage book that I turned into a journaling card. This is also an image from a vintage book of this beautiful lady, and it's on several layers of paper and a book page. More glitter here. Another vintage postage stamp. Just really lots of room for writing, and basically every page is different. Another gorgeous image of this young lady, and let me see if it has, yeah, it's from 1922. Amazing, again, amazing handwriting. It's really beautiful. This is a little pocket with some lace and this glittery embellishment, and then I created just this huge tag with a piece from a vintage book. And of course in that book the letters were, you know, I mean, the letter is not original, it's from the book, but it says 16th of April 1896, so it fits well in this journal. This is some vintage, very thick paper that I eco-dyed, and of course more plants. This one is decoupaged onto this piece of vintage cardstock. Oops, more nice eco-dyeing. Another image from a book. It's a church in Venice, and this image, there's no year or date on this one, but it's really old. It's absolutely obvious. It has some yellow stains, and just, you know, the style of it shows that it's really old. Another nice postage stamp, and yeah, this is again a piece of a book page and a vintage postage stamp of a lady in a nice dress. This is a tiny little envelope I made, and inside is just this little tag I created out of my handmade paper for some secret writing. This is my page repair here, some stamping here, another postcard with these two ladies. The older one is whispering or telling something to the younger lady, and it's really gorgeous image with, you know, all the details around them. Amazing. Again, no year on this one, but it's definitely very old. I buy these things from certain people here, and you know, you just know when everything comes in a, like in a pack, when some things have dates on them and they are really old, but then you know that even those without a date are also old. This page is torn a little bit. I didn't repair that. I just left it like that, and it's a beautiful eco-dyed page. There's this image. It says Vienna from 1762, I think. And this is also vintage. I don't really remember the year. I don't remember, but it's really old, so that goes there. Here is another handmade tag with more of that letter from a book, and it's on this scrapped cardstock. This is another piece from 1943, and this postcard is, it says Vienna. It is from 1927. Just incredible. I'm absolutely fascinated by these old postcards and that writing. I mean, I really am. lovely leaves here. I love that. More lace, another postage stamp, and another piece from a vintage book. This is again Opera in Paris, a building where the opera was from 1821 till 1873. And this is the back, and there's a big pocket here with this piece of vintage ephemera, and there's like a little tuck here behind this, what's the word? I don't know. This thing. And another tag with a lady's little makeup table, I guess. I'm not sure what's it called. And that's that. So that is Vintage Ladies Journal, and I just I love it. I mean, the ephemera in it, the postcards, it's just incredible. So that's that one, and I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.